Hey, good morning, and welcome to another day of Talent Talk, where we're bringing you a little bit of news, real estate updates, kind of what's going on here in the area. So, we got your boy, as always, Steve. We've got Jurgen Robinson with us. We've got,
Yeah.
yes, woo! We've got Davina Clardy.
Woo! Oh, wait, where am I? Let me get in there. Big head again. What's going on? Woo!
Woo! We got our girl, Ashley Diaz.
Good morning.
I love it. And we got Christina Salcedo in the background working the monitor and catching all of your guys' posts. So yes, welcome again, you guys. How are you guys doing today?
We are good. It is Friday and it's gonna be like 80 or something like that. It got up to like 80 yesterday. Sun is shining and sky is blue. Whew. Yeah.
Vitamin D is being produced.
I am talking about tomorrow's another day, but today I am embracing for real.
Mhm.
Yes.
And we're looking for a good weather, good weekend. And you know what? We've got some good news coming down the line because, well, Thurston County is looking at moving into phase 3. So that's where our office is. So we've got a lot of good stuff coming up that makes a lot of people happy.
Oh yeah.
We're moving forward in Pierce County and all the other counties. So it's all good news.
Mm-hmm. It is definitely. I guess we'll start rolling into our day, our national day. We actually have a
Yes,
couple
Josh.
days.
Woot! Bring on summer.
Yes, hallelujah. When is the first day of summer?
Sunday, the 21st, right? That's the
Is
summer
it-
solstice.
This 21st. Okay.
Father's Day.
Yeah. Sunday. All right. And it's supposed to be decent on Sunday. So, I'm all about the weather, guys. If you've not noticed, sunshine on my shoulder makes me happy. And it's not a whatever you said it was, Jurgen. Yeah.
Yes, that was an urban legend.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. 20th.
Yeah, it is Saturday.
Tomorrow.
Saturday.
And it's going to be raining tomorrow.
This was always the 21st. I could be wrong. I guess.
Jurgen, no,
Is it
it's
Christy is always right.
Oh my gosh.
Don't doubt Christy.
All right. You guys ready for our national day today?
What day is it, Davina?
Well, today is June 19th, and we actually have 2 days.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start with June 19th in regards to our Juneteenth. And I know that it's a newer holiday or day that a lot of people have not had on their radar. And so Juneteenth has actually been celebrated on June 19th for many years over the Black communities. And what it is the actual day of emancipation of slavery. So back in 1863, President Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation that actually freed the slaves, but it did not reach the Western states until later. So the state of Texas actually, about 2.5 years later, after the slaves were actually free, Texas announced, "Hey, slaves, you're free." And it was on June 19th. And so that is the day that is actually celebrated as the freedom of slavery. And that is a little bit of a note in history. So Juneteenth is celebrated. Actually, I believe the state of Texas actually started officially celebrating it in the 80s or somewhere around there. And it has been celebrated every year since. So
yeah,
Juneteenth. So also, another celebration, a national. Oh, go ahead. Did you have something, Jurgen?
Oh, I was just gonna say that's really an appropriate one. I mean, we always do a lot of things in fun and just for awareness, but that is a really interesting one because it has been around for such a long time. But it wasn't until this year that it really came into any level of prominence. Even today, there are a lot of different celebrations and rallies and such that are going to be taking place. So,
yeah. So, and then also one of the things, and also as I grew up, I remember Juneteenth celebrations, and there would be like reenactments, and the National Museums of History would have special displays, and there were barbecues and things like that went on during that time. But it wasn't really a very largely held holiday across cultures. So, but it's not new. So there you go. Another day that we are celebrating today has to do with pets, and it is National Pets in Film Day. And I hear chuckling back in there.
That was a hard transition, Davina.
Well,
Sorry. I'll mute myself.
It's they're two separate days. They're not at all related to each other, but they both are relevant to this day. So here we go. And so basically it was a day that was created to create compassion for animals. And there are plenty of classic dogs and dog best friend movies out there who have kind of captured the hearts of people over the decades. So today is National Pets in Film Day, and I can think of a ton of pets that come to mind when I think about pets on the big screen or the little screen. That brings us to our trivia question, which is, and I have no clue, I don't even remember the movie, but that's a whole nother story. What was the name of Joe Fox's, and played by Tom Hanks, thank you very much, Christy, adorable golden retriever in the 1998 rom-com? What is a rom-com? Romantic
comedy.
Okay, thank you. I was like, is that a technical? Is there a rom-com? Anyway, I did read this question. This is not my first time, by the way. In that You've Got Mail. So what is the name of Joe Fox's dog in the movie You've Got Mail? Is it Butter, Barkley, Joe Jr., or Brinkley? I have no clue. Benji. Benji was amazing. Yes, I loved Benji. Lassie. Come on, some other ones.
Beethoven.
Cujo.
Cujo was not the lovable dog, but okay.
He was before.
Yeah.
He started out lovable.
Yeah. Brinkley. Okay, Penny says Brinkley.
I was leaning towards Brinkley, but I don't think I've seen all of that movie, which I am ashamed. So
well, maybe because I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
All I remember is You've Got Mail. Is that where that came from?
No.
Oh, okay.
It took it from AOL.
Okay.
You've Got Mail.
Okay.
I'm leaning towards Brinkley.
I think
With you,
it's
Penny.
Brinkley or Barkley because they're so similar.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I was thinking. I know I've seen the movie. I was thinking Barkley for some reason. I don't know why.
And they called him Chuck in the movie, right?
Right. Or did they call Brinkley
Charles?
Christy was the nickname of Brinkley, right?
What's that?
Christy Brinkley. Don't you remember the model Brinkley?
Yes, of
And
course.
you said Charles Barkley, right?
No, I actually just missed what you said. That's why I was like, really? What? Huh?
Okay. All right. Enter your questions in there. And I do have, I actually had a star dog, a relative of a star dog I grew up with.
Which relative star dog?
You should
And
say
people did not believe me, but it is the honest to goodness truth. I actually had a 7th generation Lassie. And like literally I had the papers. Red Weatherwax was the original trainer of the Lassie dog from Lassie Come Home. And he wrote me a letter. I had an opportunity to go take pictures with Rudd, and but he died before I could do that. But my mom used to work used to have her own business, and one of her clients was had a farm in Malibu, California, and he was raising all of the posterity of the original Lassie. And so he gave her a dog as a gift, and I got the dog, and his name was Dustin, and he was a beautiful, beautiful collie. Yeah.
That's
Dustin
really
the-
cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Nice.
I believe you, Davina.
My friends used to have cats, and they said, well, yeah, then my cat's related to Morris. And I'm like, some of you don't even know who Morris is, do you? No. Okay. Yeah. Ashley, before your time. Sorry.
It was almost. It was a live version of Garfield for Nine Lives, wasn't it?
Right. It was a cat food commercial. Yeah.
Kind of a dour little. I don't like anything.
Celebrity dog owner, yes, bad.
More of cats. Right? Look it up. I'm sure it's out there somewhere. You know.
Okay.
I'll have to. For sure.
All right, you guys. Well, while you guys work on getting your answers, your trivia answers answered, looking it up in Google, whatever you do to find the answer, I will bring you the real estate news and updates here coming for the week. So, quick update. We have Forms Friday going on today, 9 o'clock. We'll be talking about the 35R, which is the inspection response addendum. We'll be covering the mechanics of the Form 35R. And then we're going to have a little bit of fun today in that class because we're going to be actually going over some scenario stuff and doing a little bit of drafting. So it'll be fun. Come into the class. The link is going to be on the Facebook Talent Book webpage or Facebook page. Also, we have today at 11 o'clock, Facebook Friday, brought to you by John L. Scott. And in there, we try to bring the guest speaker, someone pertinent to the real estate industry. And today's guest is going to be Vice President, Senior Vice President, and Chief Economist for the California Association of Realtors, who is Leslie Appleton Young, who will be coming in and going over kind of what she sees for the coming year, doing a little bit of forecasting. So tune into that. That's today at 11 o'clock on our Facebook page. Also, for next week on Talent Talk, right here, we have a few guests coming in. Monday, we have Makita Hart from Sergeant Hart's Barbecue Sauce. We're going to be talking with Makita. We're really spotlighting local businesses within the industry. We're going to be talking about her business, kind of what drives her big why, and a little bit about her product and the barbecue sauce and how it got started. And we're probably going to be having some giveaways Monday, or actually all next week. Which leads us to our next guest, who's going to be on Wednesday's Talent Talk. We're going to have the team from Kombucha Love on Wednesday on Talent Talk, and they're going to be coming to us from their warehouse. They'll have their brewmaster and a few of the owners in there, and we might have a little something special for you there as well. So tune in to Talent Talk every morning at 8:15 and enjoy the news.
Yes.
And that does it for today's update.
And Penny Pampered Chef is great.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. Penny, we can get you set.
All right. Yeah. I was like, the code. I was like, what? Okay.
Now you're going to need your decoder ring.
Right.
Drink your Ovaltine.
It's a secret group. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we also had something, finally, we've been waiting. There have been a few counties that have moved into phase 3 already. And when it comes to real estate, we've been waiting for a little direction as Thurston County's applied for what phase 3 is. So we got a little bit of a phase 3 update. I don't think it's complete quite yet, but at least we have a little direction moving into phase 3, right?
We do. I know two of the biggest changes for phase 3 for real estate brokers, which is really exciting, is that open houses are going to be opened up now so that we as brokers can actually start doing open houses. Yes. I hear
And
all
that's
of you screaming out there. Yes.
well, that's great news for sellers too. I mean, being able to get attention and exposure on their listings at that prime moment when it comes onto the market, that's really been missing during this time. So
Huge, huge. And then the second part of that with moving into phase three is being able to actually meet with our clients at properties and actually have more than just three people. So right now in phase two, we're limited to three people in the property. One is a real estate broker, and the other two is going to be the clients or maybe an inspector. So we're only limited to three. But moving into phase three, we're actually able to meet with more people than just three. So we're not talking like 10 or 15, but at least more than three.
yeah.
So
Bring the whole family.
You can take your family into the house at one time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Provided you live together. Otherwise, social distancing.
With the disclaimer.
Yeah, and that's the thing with open houses too. It's awesome to hear that it's back. It looks like maybe just one or two things, and I would say for anybody that's going to attend an open house, just have a little patience because social distancing, it's not going to be back to what it was. But my goodness, at the very least, we have the ability to show it again.
Yeah. The thing is we're moving into phase three. So like, the governor talked about, we're able to dial it up, but still recognizing that, that COVID-19, it's still out there. It's still present. So we are practicing social distancing. We're not trying to gather in large groups. As brokers, we are required to wear our face masks when we're meeting with clients and out there showing properties or doing listing presentations. So keeping that in mind, just that we still want to make sure that we are not spreading any of the COVID-19, and we're abiding by the governor's order in practicing social distancing. So
yeah, absolutely. Which is a really good segue to headlines. Because the headlines actually are going to start right off in this. But prior to that, actually, I say start right off. But what I mean is after the first one. The first one's interesting. National Guard to help clear Washington unemployment claim backlog. So 50 members of the National Guard are going to help clear up the unemployment backlog. But then they're going to be adding 50 more to join in resolving identity verification issues that contributed to $650 million in fraudulent claims being paid out by the state. But they've been able to recover about $350 million of that. So that sounds like that should be some good news. Headline number 2, health officials worry about spiking coronavirus cases as Thurston County applies for phase 3. So the Thurston County Health Department Health Office, Dr. Diana Yoon says as phase 3 move is on the way, she is concerned about a possible spike. And I like the quote she said, which is, "I'm tired of COVID. I'm so done with it. But unfortunately, COVID is not done with me." And, people still need to understand that as we move from one phase to the other, it doesn't mean that it has gone away. So in one other thing, almost kind of eerily, she puts out, hey, she wouldn't hesitate to recommend Thurston County return to a previous phase if the public isn't following prevention steps, which is, wow, that's interesting. I hadn't heard that yet. So we do want to make sure we're abiding by. Why? Because this is just an article from down in Florida from MSN. 16 friends test positive for coronavirus after an outing at a Florida bar. And they were in a crowded bar. They were not adhering to any level of social distancing. And like a lot of us feel, they just felt like they would never get it. And unfortunately, it was there. They all got it, as well as a bunch of people in the bar. So, and they weren't doing any social distancing or any other precautions. So just kind of an awareness there. On the other side, Oxford University trial finds, I'm going to destroy this, dexamethasone, a widely available drug, reduces deaths in critically ill coronavirus patients. And it's not preventative, but early trials show that there's a mortality rate reduction of nearly a third of people who were seriously ill And it's cool because this is a drug that's already on the market and widely available. So if it works and it's validated, that could be some really good news. Want to make a move? Home equity is growing year over year from KCM Blog. The average equity growth from 2019 to 2020 across the U.S. was $9,600. The number one state for equity was Idaho at 24K. The number two, Washington at 21. So we're in a good spot. Number 6, home flipping surges to a 14-year high despite shrinking returns. So in the first quarter of this year, we saw a surge in home flipping, and the median price, or the average between the median price and the sold price, was about $62,300. And where they say it's a diminishing return is previously the ROI was about 40.9%, but that drops just slightly down to 36.7%. NAR releases a 5-point plan to bolster home ownership amid the pandemic. So this 5-point plan includes building more homes to increase supply, focusing on opportunity zones to help revitalize economically distressed areas, increased access to down payment assistance programs, to also strengthening FHA loan programs that have been important sources of financing for first-time homebuyers and minority homebuyers, and expanding alternative credit scoring models to include rent and utility payments to help add more positive payment histories, demonstrating financial responsibility to help increase home ownership opportunities among first-time and minority homebuyers. Kind of touching on what's going on outside, this is really interesting. King and Pierce counties declare racism is a public health crisis. The boards of health for both King and Pierce counties declare racism a public health crisis. And that actually is joining a lot of other county government agencies across the country. And what it really does here, though, is it frees up additional resources for community organizations to be able to address racial biases. One more is number 9, kind of touched on this a little bit. Washington bill proposes making Juneteenth a state holiday. So believe it or not, there are only 4 states in all of the U.S. that actually don't observe Juneteenth already, or Black Independence Day. And Washington actually is one of the states that does observe it. But only Texas was the only state that actually has it as an official state holiday. That is until Wednesday, when the New York governor issued an executive order making it a national, or making it a state holiday for state employees. And then Washington's bill would do the same, making it a paid state holiday for employees. And it would also formally recognize February as Black History Month. Now, for the fun, Football Outsiders ranked the 2013 Seahawks the NFL's best team of the decade. Did you have any doubt about that? I sure didn't. That was the Super Bowl year. And as a matter of fact, within the decade, 4 of the teams are in the 4 Seahawks teams are in the top 10 for the decade. Did you know that? You should have. You were there. You watched it, right? And then the last one is, have I got a deal for you? Link of the day. Now, there is you've heard of the guy that was in Canada. He originally started with a red paper clip, and he traded that red paper clip up until the point that he actually owned a home. He traded a paper clip, in essence, for a home. So there is a YouTuber out there, or excuse me, a TikToker who is documenting. She is starting with a bobby pin, and she's documenting this whole process to trade a bobby pin for a home. And it's been up there for, and during this process, she's gained 1 million followers. And she's been doing it for about 3 weeks. She has taken this bobby pin, and through 7 trades, she now has traded it up for a camera, a Canon T6 camera with 2 lenses and a full package, probably worth about $700-800. And she's on her way now. And this is kind of interesting. I checked on her just this morning, and it's no longer that she has 1 million followers. She now has 3 million followers. Isn't that interesting?
Wow, that's crazy. I think I want to follow her just to see if she's going to make it, you know?
Wow.
And
That's
when I was looking
crazy.
at this, she's not the only one doing this kind of thing. There are other people that are trading things up. Somebody, I think, had started off with something small, like a piece of paper with a word that they wrote on it, like simp or something like that. And they ended up trading that up to the point where they could pay their whole year's rent.
Wow.
Maddie digs that.
That is just Interesting.
What could I do with this pen?
I know.
You know what?
We're all
There's only-
thinking. There's way more valuable things than that.
Right.
So there we go.
Wow.
And
Plus,
these guys right here. Right there. Right there.
this
Right there.
Seahawks.
Yeah, I do remember that season because I'm going to throw my husband under the bus, but I kept trying to get him to commit to the Seahawks. And I was like, come on, we've lived here for a long time. It's got to be your team now. And he was like, oh, fine. But it was like already when they were doing really, really great. So I'll remember that season forever because I feel like it was almost a bandwagon jump on, but he's saying no, but I can hear him saying no.
Yeah.
But
Our first and to this point only world championship. And from football at the very least.
Well, kind of curious to see if we even have a season coming up this year.
I know.
We
Right
should-
now, I'm just going to hang on to the past, okay? Just give me that.
All right, you guys. So, are we ready for the tip of the day or today's
Yeah,
trivia?
as soon as we do, or do we want to do a quick reminder of the trivia question and then move on to it?
Yeah, absolutely. So, what was the name of Joe Fox's, the character who played, or Tom Hanks played or Joe Fox in that movie?
It should have been.
What
Feels like it
movie
should have been Red Fox.
Red Fox. I know. What was that? Oh, never mind.
Oh,
Adorable golden retriever. That's right. That's what I was thinking about. I was trying to think about his wife he was calling out to all the time.
Wheezy. No, that
Oh,
was
no. Wasn't it Gloria or?
No, it was we're like all out in left field right here, but now it's got me.
Golly. And Ashley is like, what are you guys talking about?
Red Fox, Sanford and Son.
Girl, this is old folk talk. This is old folk
Yeah.
talk.
do not listen to Raul Diaz. Do
Oh.
not listen. It is not true.
Oh my gosh.
Gosh,
Oh,
that's funny.
okay.
Yeah,
What?
Jerry, so
God.
Seahawks, like rolling back though on the Seahawks conversation, Jerry, we're originally from California. It was kind of where the Raiders thing, even though Raiders weren't in LA anymore, but he immediately took on to the Seahawks. And I think like went on had been in the line for season tickets for probably, was it like 15 years or something? I don't know. Forever. Yeah. So anyway, we have evolved.
Yes. Well, did you say the good news that he got?
He did this year get the Seahawks season tickets.
You got the season ticket.
Yeah.
Wow. People waiting.
Here though, it's
Years.
coronavirus. We don't even know if there's going to be a season. It's like, really?
It's okay. I will buy them off of you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so trivia reminder. What was the name of Joe Fox's adorable golden retriever in the 1998 rom-com classic You've Got Mail? Was it Butter, Barkley, Joe Jr., or Brinkley? I'm going with Charles Barkley. I don't know. But while you guys get your answers in on the last minute here, I'll give you the quick real estate tip of the day. So I got to
Headlines.
I don't know who's in the background running the show, but that's okay. Tip of the day, people. Here's your tip of the day for all you real estate family out there. And actually, even this one doesn't even have to be necessarily real estate. The tip of the day: reach out and appreciate a father in your life or your sphere. So, father figures. It's this weekend is going to be Father's Day. Make a call. Send out a video. Send out a couple videos. Sing a song. Do something a little bit different. Do something a little bit more memorable. There's lots of father figures out there. My father's passed away years ago, but I've got several father figures that I know that I'm going to be reaching out to making a call, shooting a video, do something a little bit more memorable. There's your tip of the day.
That was good. I was just thinking, Steve, since you birthed yourself, you could send yourself a video.
I'm giving myself my own present too. So, yes, that's what happened.
Oh my gosh! Sorry.
I'm never going to live this one down, that one down.
No, you're not. No.
I know.
Just live it up.
It is a special weekend this weekend, and so that is really good. Oh gosh, I'm like tearing up here. But yeah, for just like Steve said, father figures. So it doesn't have to be your biological or natural dad, or if they are just a dad, or if they're a father figure to you. Recognize, send something out, love them, love on them this weekend.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Recognize.
Yeah.
And Christy, where are you at? You got our trivia answer for today?
Hey guys, so before I get to the trivia answer, I do have some shout outs. So good morning, Vina, Valerie, Penny, Josh, Randy, Jared, Liz, Los Maldonados, Adrian, Jared, Scott, Riley, Ryan, Jack, and Seth. Welcome.
Hey.
Right. Today's trivia question. What was the name of Joe Fox's adorable golden retriever in the 1998 romantic comedy classic, You've Got Mail? Is it A, Butter, Barkley, Joe Jr., or Brinkley? And the answer is Brinkley. Although he wasn't exactly the star of the film, Brinkley played Joe's wingman and loyal companion.
Brinkley.
Yeah.
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
Good job, Penny.
Good job.
I really don't think I've seen the movie.
Maybe that's one that I need to watch.
I was set in Seattle.
Did it? Okay, because I thought I was confusing that one with Sleepless in Seattle, and that's why I was like ashamed that I didn't see it. And I was like, oh wait, so
that was
you did too.
Seattle. I did. Too. You're right.
So You Got Mail was not a Seattle movie?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I have no idea, honestly. Was it based in Seattle?
Jurgen, to you, yes. Penny says yes.
Well, okay.
Oh.
Because they were. He lived on like a houseboat or something like that. No, it was Meg Ryan, wasn't it?
Melanie Griffith.
Oh, I'm thinking the wrong. Am I thinking the wrong movie?
I think you guys are thinking of Sleepless in Seattle. Let's look it up.
It could be.
It was Meg. I'm looking. It was Meg Ryan, and
they're like bookstore owners, right? One bookstore taking over another bookstore.
So they were Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks were also Sleepless in Seattle too. So that's where
both.
Yeah.
Good. They're really the same movie, aren't they?
Amber says that it took place in New York. I have no idea.
I do not know.
It looks like Google's saying New York.
Oh, somebody's got a text.
You've got mail.
You got text.
Interesting. So we're all confused.
Josh
now.
says New York.
All right.
New York City. Okay.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you, Josh.
Yep. New York City. Get a rope.
New York, get the rope.
That paste pecani sauce, right?
Yep. AOL.
Yeah.
Well,
get a rope.
Is that going to wrap up our Friday episode?
What's that?
I said, is that going to wrap us up?
Right.
Actually, ready to go to work Friday today.
Yes, that's why I said get a rope.
Right.
About to wrap it up.
Now it's time
Okay,
to say goodbye to all the family.
Every time.
JLS.
I was gonna go TALENT TALKY.
If you are still with us, thank you for tuning in to Talent Talk. we're so happy that you could be here and enjoy the fun with us. So we always end on a big be bold. So on 3, unless anybody has any final thoughts. I was scared to ask that. I was really scared.
Yeah.
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Yes. I won't
I
say
was
go
gonna
Cubs,
regret
but
that.
you know.
Happy Father's Day, dads.
Yes. Happy Father's Day.
everybody.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right.
You guys ready?
Well,
We're ready.
yes.
Yep.
All right.
Take it away, Christy.
1, 2, 3. Be
Be
bold.
bold.
Vivo!
Bye.
Bye.